Legion Tactical Cutlery.
Hold the line!
Hey everyone, how you guys doing? It's Gruggs here, Legion Tactical Cutlery. Welcome back, troops, legionnaires, and new recruits. Okay, in front of you today, you see the Watchman WF217. It's a skinning knife, but we're going to do a little bit of outdoor testing with it, so stick around. What have you guys and gals got in your pockets? What's your EDC today? What are you guys carrying as your backup? Well, along with testing out this knife, I am also testing out the Watchman 201. So it's going to be a busy day, troops. What are you guys carrying? Veterans, active military, just want to take a little bit of time and say thank you very much for your service. We really appreciate you guys and gals. Enjoy the video. Let's go over some quick specs and then we will get to do some work. All right, we're looking at a total length of 7.87 inch with a blade length of 3.54 inch. Handle length is 3.74 inch. Blade width is 1.3 inch. And the thickness is 0.11 inch. The steel is a 14C28N. I've tested this out with another Watchman knife. It is a great steel, so I'm pretty excited just to test this one out. Let's check it out real quick. Close up, beautifully stone washed finished blade. Okay, and a nice upswept curve right here. It is definitely a hunting / skinning knife. Again, we are going to test this outdoors. I do carry an axe and a saw in my backpack, but we are a knife testing channel. So as you can see, it is a high saber flat grind right over here. Beautifully done. Stonewash finish, small sharpening tool, and a guard. Micarta scales. It's got some nice finger grooves, full tang. The tang does protrude a little bit, as you guys and gals can see, but it's done consistently throughout the blade. All right, it has a huge hole in the rear over here of the handle, and it just protrudes a little bit, the tang, where you could definitely, tap it into the stump and, do some feather sticks or whatever. But, I have no doubt that this is a hunting knife. Push comes to shove. If you need to use it outdoors, we're going to test it out. Let's check out this sheath. Sheath is a Kydex sheath, taco style. It's got a couple of rivet holes so you can put third-party options on here, like ferro rod. It does come with a very small tech lock. Let me open this up for you guys and gals. These tabs are removable, or they can be repositioned to the size of your belt. Scout carry or upright carry is possible. I think it's a beautiful little package. It fits really nice inside the sheath. No rattle. A nice package for sure, troops. All right, legionnaires, I got a small little branch. You may want to just chop something, not chop, but baton something a little bit smaller than this branch. Just going to do a little testing with this, a little outdoor testing. I'm not going to chop with this knife. It is just way too small and not as balanced as some of the other bigger knives. But again, this is, in my opinion, a hunting knife that we're going to test outdoors. So it's definitely digging into this little branch. We're making a little notch. All right, it's looking good. These are nice to have, these little knives with you, when you take them out into the field. You don't have to carry something big if you know that you could depend on this knife to do some small tasks while you're out there. And that includes making a little fire. You know what I mean? This will be great. There you go. That's one. Let me pick that up and we'll keep on going. All right, let's do it again. I'm gonna go right through a knot. All right, cool. That's 3 pieces. Here you go, some nice small pieces. Let's just quarter these. I know that these are kind of small. Let me get a real good piece. We'll quarter these, and I've got something bigger that we're gonna try, doing some batoning with. So let's just see. Let's make something a little bit more smaller. All right, good. It's doing it. So this is a nice little knife for a hiker, maybe doing some scouting. There we go. Let's keep going. Let's cut it into quarters. I love this steel. It's inexpensive. The Watchman company seemed to have a good heat treat done on this, or whoever manufactures it for them, and it does a really good job. We are definitely going to try a little bit bigger piece, but again, I'm trying to be realistic here for a knife this size. You know, again, you might be out in the woods, maybe you're hiking, you want to make a little fire. Okay, nice and sharp, the blade. Make a nice little curls. Okay, so just a little example. Let's do this one. This might be a birch, I'm not sure. I love the belly on this blade. All right, this is a real soft piece of wood. It is wet. It was raining here the other day, but again, it did a job. It made me a quarter, and we're looking good here. Again, I love the finger grooves. You get a real nice purchase on this knife, you know, and it's doing very well. There we go. That's great. Okay, just a small example. Now I want to cut this in half, see how it works out. We'll make some quarters. All right, let's do a little vertical batoning. I got a small piece, should be okay. Let's give it a test. Okay. Well, it's definitely getting through. It's just the blade is not big enough for this particular piece of wood over here for it to go all the way through. So I might have to just improvise as best as I can. Keep on trying. But probably the best thing for me to do is to baton horizontally. I should have probably gotten a smaller piece, but you guys got the idea. I mean, it did start it off. So now let us finish this up. All right. Yeah, definitely a knife for hunting. But the knife is splitting the wood. You know, the knife still looks good. Right, so, you know, it's got a nice, the curve is nice because I can get, you know, the point right into the wood right over here. That's kind of a nice feel to it. So I guess if you're cutting up some game, you got a real nice purchase to get into the game and do some skinning. But so far so good. It's working out. Let's keep going until this is all the way through. Nicely done. All right, now let's try it this way. Okay, now that I've got more knife to baton. There we go. That was probably a better way to do things. That's great. Let's try this other one. Looking good. All right. We got some quarters here. Did a good job. And look how it's digging into this wood, man. Look at that. Look at those thick pieces right here. Nice. Very nice. All right, let's try something else. Okay, I understand it's a small piece of wood, but I want to do a little bit of vertical batoning, and I want to do it through that knot right there. Just a small example. Okay, which is kind of nice for the baton because it's got this nice round little curve. And now I could just use the tip a little bit. Actually, let me get that head of the knife a little bit further up, and now we will continue. And it's doing a good job. Yep, there we go. Nice. All right, and it went through the knot. Let's do it again. Let's make some quarters here. Again, for very small tasks. You know, I understand this is a hunting knife. All right, it did it. It's a hunting knife, and it went right through the knot again. And it's not made for this, but push comes to shove. You know that you can use this knife to do a little bit of the outdoor tasks. Here we go. I've got thirds here. All right, nice. Let's just keep on going. All right, we're looking good. The knife edge looks good. Let's see. Nice. Looking good to me so far. Being the geometry of this knife the way it is, and the handle ergonomics, man, you could just really, you know, get in there and feel very comfortable in doing what it is that you're doing at that moment for a task. So it feels really good in the hand. All right, cool. I've got something a little bit bigger I want to try just because. I got a nice thick piece of wood right here. Okay, let's try a little bit of horizontal batoning. I want to see if I can get through this. Make some feather sticks. Again, it's a knife channel, and I want to put these knives through their test. So I have one person, or one potential subscriber, I guess, say that he would never, you know, use his knife as an axe, go buy an axe. And obviously that person, you know, doesn't bother to watch my channel. And I've always told people that, you know, this is a knife testing channel, and that I pretty much use a knife one time, and then I do have an axe and a saw in my pack. But what are you going to do, troops? You know, I know that there's a lot of people out there who appreciate this type of testing. So while I still can, I'm going to do it. Okay, and you know what? The vendors appreciate it too, because you get to see what their knives are capable of. All right, even if you don't use your knife to baton, even if you don't use your knife to make feather sticks or do what tasks an axe would possibly do. All right, I'm going to use the handle over here, go all the way through. All the way through. The handle is fine. All right, just going to continue on the opposite side. Okay. Pardon me being off camera for that second or two, but I did need to get the knife. Okay, look, it's splitting. I did need to get that knife pried from that piece of wood. Look at that. It's splitting. It's splitting, and the edge of the knife is good. The tip of the knife is good. I mean, so far so good, troops. You know, and again, I'm happy to show you guys and gals the capabilities of some of these knives, even though you don't agree. You know what? Really don't care. I just want to show a lot of hardworking people out there that there are alternatives to expensive knives, and that you could trust going out to the field with, you know, a $30 or $40 knife. So, all right, that went well. Let's make some quarters here. Okay. Now we need to make some firewood, right? Go right through that knot too. So the micarta handles are withholding just fine. Okay, there's no damage. I love micarta. I love G10. You know, I'm glad that these vendors are using that. I love wood too, but man, you can't do this with wood because you know that it'll break unless it's like that resonated stuff. All right, we're looking good here. Maybe with the other one, with the other quarter, I'm sorry, the other half, I will do a tip test. You know, we'll see how that works out. Excellent. Let's go through this other knot. Good to go. Cut the fibers all the way through. Done deal. Okay, rid of that bark, and we are still looking good. There we go, making curls. So we know it's still sharp. All right, now let's test out the tip, okay, of this. So let me grab the other half, and then we'll split that half into quarters with the tip. Now, you know what I'm going to do? Just for the hell of it, I'm going to use the tang. I'm going to baton right through it. Now, because the tang is at a point and not flat, it's kind of bouncing off a little bit and hitting my hand. So maybe now we have to just try and do it the manual way, which is not a bad idea. So let's give it a go. All right, good. It did split. It did split through, which is good, but I did, in all fairness, start. So maybe what I'll do is, you know, just to prove to you guys and gals, I'll start on the other side here, okay? Make sure it's in here nice and deep so I don't cut myself. There we go. All right, through. That tip is looking good. Steel is working out. All right, now that we got it started, should be a little bit easier. I'm kind of curious how it's going to get through this knot. Awesome, awesome. Let's see. Nice. Went right through. Looking good with the tip. Let's keep quartering. Nicely done. This 14C 28N steel, man, you know, it's an alternative, and it's working out just fine and dandy. It really is. It's a pretty good steel, and the manufacturers for the Watchman company, they're doing a fine job with the heat treat so far. So, and we are looking good. Now, if you remember, we already split this side, so you know we should be good to go. All right. Nice. All right, so we're looking pretty good here. Quartered. All right. Now this was small enough that you could do, you know, some vertical batoning, but again, I want to show everybody the horizontal. I got the whole blade in there, tip and all. Let's take off that bark. Yeah, we're looking good. We're looking good. Excellent. Still sharp. Still going. All right, troops. Just a small demonstration with this small knife. I like it. It's, again, an alternative out there. Maybe a hunter. It'll appeal to a hunter. Shape, you know, geometry. It's a skinning knife for sure. And geez, it's still sharp. All right, I'm good to go. Let me conclude. All right, Legionnaires, as we're concluding, I just wanted to let you know, the only thing I noticed is that the spine is not sharp, and I guess they probably did that because if you're skinning, you know, obviously you don't want to cut yourself, and you know, since it's a skinning knife, it's really not made for the bushcraft over here. But I mean, as you could see, look at all the work that it did. Okay, this knife did all this, and it's still sharp. Now, just real quick, let me test the spine on the camera. Okay, just in case. It's doing very little, but it's not like, let me get a sharper edge maybe. It's not like it's doing it 100%. You know, maybe very, very little. It would probably have to be a lot of work to get a little bit of scrapings, you know. But when you can make these nice curls, feather sticks, etc., you know, you don't have to worry about making that little fluff. You know what I mean? So we're looking good, troops. We are looking good. Let me put this down. Make sure that you guys get a good visual over here. But as you could see, this knife did quite a bit of work. Absolutely 100% capable. Now you hunters know that this small blade for 40 bucks can do all this work. Pretty good, I think, you know, and I hope you guys appreciated this video, this little test. All right, troops, legionnaires, and new recruits, as always, appreciate you guys and gals checking out my channel. Christmas is around the corner. I can't wait. Going down to Florida, troops, so I might be taking a small break from doing the outdoor work, but I will be doing some indoor testing and knife reviews, okay, tabletops, while I am down in Florida, so stay tuned. I want to bring awareness to everybody. Hashtag 22 a day, hashtag 22 a day no more. There are veterans and active military that once they get out of the service, they do face a lot of challenges. Unfortunately, one of these challenges is suicide. So at the end of this video, please pause on the slides. There will be websites and phone numbers and a heartfelt message from a Legionnaire, Martin Miller, who has been there, who has done that, Vietnam veteran. Please seek the help you all have earned and deserved. All right, Legionnaires, at the ready, troops. Hold the line. Take care. Legionnaires!